Hello, I am the voice of Murph AI, and I am very pleased to help today's dental consulting with the narration of this video. Transitioning from a PPO-based reimbursement system to a fee-for-service model can be transformative for your practice. Done methodically, this process can boost income, reduce stress, and create a more satisfying experience for patients and staff. Let's break down the steps to ensure a smooth transition. Step 1. Analyze your current situation. Start by thoroughly evaluating your practice. How many new patients are you attracting each month, and where are they coming from? If new patient flow is low, consider strategies to improve it before moving away from PPOs. New patient growth ensures a more stable transition. Next, ensure your UCR fees are competitive for your geographic area. Then, assess your patient base for each PPO carrier and review their fee schedules, focusing on the procedures you perform most often. This analysis will provide clear insights into which plans to drop first and how to sequence the transition. Finally, review your PPO contracts carefully. Understand the required lead time to notify carriers and patients before leaving a network. This avoids surprises and ensures compliance with contracts. Step 2. Request a fee increase. Before dropping any plans, ask all PPO carriers for a fee increase. This simple step can yield surprising results, even with carriers like Delta Dental, which is known for its resistance to negotiations. A concise letter to their professional relations department can often result in a higher fee schedule. Follow up if necessary to ensure your request isn't overlooked or ignored. Keep in mind that even a modest increase can make a significant difference when multiplied across your entire patient base. It's an easy, low-cost way to improve your reimbursement rates. Step 3. Decide on assignment of benefits. Determine whether you will continue accepting assignment of benefits, which allows insurance payments to come directly to your office. For many practices, this is a smart initial choice. You get the benefit of increased fees, but it also allows you to track carrier payments for out-of-network claims and provide accurate patient cost estimates. Patients also appreciate your assistance in navigating their insurance benefits, a valuable service that builds trust and strengthens loyalty. However, when you go out of network with some plans, they don't give you this option. They will often send the payment directly to the patient. You need to know about this before dropping the plan and decide how you are going to handle it. Being out of network doesn't mean patients lose their benefits. Ensuring they understand this helps maintain their confidence in your practice. Make it clear that you're still committed to helping them maximize their insurance benefits. Step 4. Drop plans strategically. Begin by dropping your least favorable plan with fewer patients. This allows you to practice the process in a controlled way. Train your staff to handle patient questions confidently and empathetically. Anticipate concerns and prepare answers that emphasize the benefits of staying with your practice. Send a clear, reassuring letter to affected patients explaining why you're going out of network. Emphasize that they are always welcome in your practice and that your team will continue assisting with insurance claims. Highlight the high-quality care and personalized service they will continue to receive. Step 5. Monitor and adjust. After dropping your first plan, carefully monitor the results. Track how many patients choose to stay, how many leave, and how these changes impact your revenue. Most practices we have helped have retained 50 to 60% of the patients in a plan. This more than offsets any lost income from departing patients. Done carefully, most practices see an increase in practice income every time they drop a PPO plan. Monitor your operational costs as well. Fewer patients often mean reduced workload and lower overhead. Also, pay attention to new patient flow. If the dropped plan had relatively few patients, its impact on new patient acquisition may be minimal. These metrics will help you assess the overall success of your strategy. Now, repeat the process. Once you've successfully dropped one plan, use what you've learned to target the next PPO. Involve your team in planning, gathering feedback, and refining the process. Engage staff early, and often their insights can help smooth future transitions and improve patient communication. Each iteration will become more streamlined as everyone gains confidence. The benefits. Transitioning to a fee-for-service model can significantly increase practice income while reducing administrative burdens. Fewer insurance hassles mean happier staff, a more relaxed office atmosphere, and better patient care. You might even find that you no longer need additional personnel or an outside agency to manage insurance claims. This shift also positions your practice as one that prioritizes quality and personalized care over volume. Patients who value this approach will stay and recommend your services to others, further solidifying your success. If you'd like assistance navigating this process, we're here to help. At Today's Dental Consulting, we specialize in guiding open dental users through the transition. Visit our website to learn more and to self-schedule a free consultation at your convenience. Together, we can set your practice on a path to greater success.